Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss chapter 14 of class 10th mathematics. Topic is statistics. In previous class, we have already learned about how to group a data and how we can find the mean of any given grouped data by using direct method. Now we'll discuss about how to find the mean of the given data by using assumed mean method. The first method, that was direct method. Here this one is the second method, assumed mean method. Let's we take one data, that's a grouped data, and we will find the mean of that data by using this assumed mean method. I am taking the class interval 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85 and 85 to 100. With the frequencies 2, 3, 7, 6, 6, 6. That the class intervals are 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85 and 85 to 100. Each of the classes are equal in size. The class widths are equal for all the classes and the frequencies of all these classes are here. The frequency for class 10 to 25 is 2, frequency of class 25 to 40 is 3, frequency of class 40 to 55 is 7, frequency of class 55 to 70 is 6, frequency of class 70 to 85 is 6, and frequency of class 85 to 100, that is also 6. In this data, we have to find the mean. In previous class, we found the mean of the same data at 62. Here, we will find the mean whether we will get 62 or not. The mean which is found from a given data will not depends upon the method. If you follow direct method or assumed mean method or step deviation method, you always get same result. The mean remains same. It is irrespective of the method followed there. So, let's start to find the mean. What do we get here? Whether we will get that same mean or not. To find the mean by this assumed mean method, the formula is A plus sum of Fi di by sum of Fi. That is the formula to find the mean of the grouped data, that A is the assumed mean. we have to assume any observation as the mean of the data. Assumed mean plus sum of fi di. Yeah, this di is the deviation. Di is deviation, or it is the difference between the xi and this assumed mean a xi. It is not mentioned xi. In ungrouped data, observations are written directly, that is considered as xi. But in grouped data, we have to find xi column. Xi is taken for class mark. Class mark. Class mark is xi. And we have already discussed about how to find the class mark of any given class. Class mark can be found by adding both the upper limit and lower limit divided by 2. When upper limit and lower limit is added and it is divided by 2, that is the average of upper limit and lower limit, we get class mark. For this class 10 to 25, lower class limit is 10 and upper class limit is 25. So the class mark for the class 10 to 25, it is 10 plus 25, that is 35 by 2 is 17.5. Similarly, for the class 25 to 40, what will be the class mark? 25 plus 40 becomes 65. 65 by 2 becomes 32.5. So, class mark for this class is 32.5. Next, for the class 40 to 55, here lower class limit is 40 and upper class limit is 55. So, class mark will be 40 plus 55, that is 95. 95 by 2 becomes 47.5. Next, for the class interval 55 to 70, we have to find the class mark of this 55 to 70. First, we have to add both the class limit 55 plus 70, that is 125. 125 by 2 becomes 62.5. Next class interval is 70 to 85. So what will be the class mark for 70 to 85? First we have to add 70 and 85. It becomes 155. 155 by 2 becomes 77.5. Next class interval is 85 to 100. The sum of this lower class limit and upper class limit is 85 plus 100 becomes 185. 185 by 2 is 92.5. We already got the column for class mark, that is xi. Now we will find di, that is the deviation. Di can be calculated by calculating the difference of the observations xi and assumed mean. So first we have to assume any mean. So this value of A, that is considered as assumed mean, should be taken from the middle of the data. Here 6 observations are there in xi column. They are present 2 observations which are presented in the middle. We have to choose any one out of which 2 middle observations. We should prefer the observation having more frequency. Like here 47.5 and 62.5, both are present in the middle of this xi column. Since they are present even number of observations, so we will get here 2 observations in the middle. In between these 2 observations, more frequency is for 47.5, that is 7, 6 and 7. The greater frequency is 47.5. So we can take the value of A as 47.5. Let A is 47.5. We have to consider this value as A, 47.5. Next, we have to find the value of Di. Value of Di is calculated as xi minus A. Xi minus A becomes Di. So we have to subtract this A from each of the observations, each of the elements from the column xi. It becomes a column Di. This one is Di column. We have to write the difference of xi and that A in this column. So for D1, it is 17.5 minus A, 47.5. 17.5 minus 47.5 becomes minus 30. Next, 32.5, that is xi minus A, 47.5. 32.5 minus 47.5 becomes minus 50. Next, for D3, 47.5 minus A, 47.5 becomes 0. Next, D4, xi is 62.5 and value of A is 47.5. 62.5 minus 47.5 becomes 50. Next, D6, D5, it is 77.5 minus 47.5. Xi minus A becomes 30. And the 6th element of this column Di, that is xi minus 92.5 minus 47.5 becomes 45. Now we got the column for Di, but here in finding mean there exists sum of Fi/Di. Sum of Fi/Di means sum of F1D1, F2D2, F3D3, F4D4, F5D5. In this way, we have to add all the elements of the column Fi/Di. So we have to find one more column for FIDI there. FIDI. FI is 2, DI is minus 30. 2 into minus 30. FI into DI. 2 into minus 30 becomes minus 60. Similarly, 3 into minus 15. FI into DI. 3 into minus 15 becomes minus 45. We are multiplying here this elements of Fi and elements of Di. Here 7 will multiply with 0 becomes 0. Next 6 will multiply with 50 becomes 90. Next this 6 will multiply with 30 becomes 180. Next 6 will multiply with 45 becomes 270. Now it is completed. What it required to find the sum of FIDI, sum of FI and DI. We can find the sum of FI column. Here in FI column we can find sum of FI and sum of FIDI can be calculated at the bottom of this column FIDI. If we add on the elements of this column FI, we will get 30. Here in column FIDI, the sum it is minus 60 minus 45 is minus 105 and 90 plus 180 plus 270 minus 105 plus 540 becomes 435. Here we got all the values for FIDI, sum of FIDI, sum of FI and value of A. Now we can put to find the mean. So X bar that denotes the mean of the data, mean of all the observations what it is given in the data. This X is A plus that is 47.5 plus sum of FIDI that is 435 divided sum of FI that is 30. It becomes 47.5 plus 14.5 60. Here the mean is obtained at 62. This 62 is mean of this data, and in previous class we got the same mean 62 from the same data by using direct method. So by any method, if we find the mean of any data, we always get the same result. Next, we'll discuss about how to find the mean by step deviation method. Here we will take the same data and to find the mean by using step deviation method, and we'll observe whether we'll get the same result or not. Here the data which is taken in the previous example, that class interval is 10 to 25, 25 to 40. Here the class intervals are 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85, and 85 to 100. And the frequencies of all these classes given us. For the class 10 to 25, frequency is 2. For the class 25 to 40, frequency is given as 3. For class 40 to 55, the frequency is 7. For the class 55 to 70, frequency is 6. For the class 70 to 85, frequency given as 6. For the class 85 to 100, the frequency is also 6. First, we have to find the class mark of each of the class intervals. This class mark is denoted as xi. For class intervals 10 to 25, class mark will be, we will add both the class limit 10 and 25 and we will divide by 2. 10 plus 25 by 2 is 35 by 2 becomes 17.5. Next, for the class 25 to 40, the class mark will be 25 plus 40, that is 65 by 2 is 32.5. For the class 40 to 55, the class mark will be 40 plus 55, that is 95 by 2 is 47.5. Next, for the class 55 to 70, we will add both the class limit 55 and 70. It becomes 125 and we will divide this 125 by 2 gives 62.5. Next class is 70 to 85. The class mark will be 70 plus 85, that is 155 by 2 becomes 77.5. Next, for the class 85 to 100, the class mark will be 85 plus 100, that is 185 by 2 is 92.5. Now I got the column xi. Next, we will find the column for deviation. To find this di, we have to assume any mean, that is the value of A. Let A becomes A is the assumed mean which is taken from this column xi. From this column xi, we have to take the value of A, and this value A can be taken from the middle of the data. This choice of A do not affect, it doesn't affect the value of the mean. Then also we have to choose the value of it from the middle of the data, middle of this xi column. Since here present 6 elements in this xi column, then we get 2 observations present in the middle. Then we will choose any one of these 2, but we prefer the element having greater frequency, like 47.5 has frequency 7 as compared to 62.5. It has frequency 6, it has frequency 7. So we will choose this 47.5 as the value of A. This 47.5. Next we will find the column for DI. Here, DI is calculated as xi minus A. We will find the value of DI as xi minus A. xi is 17.5, A is 47.5. So DI will be minus 30. Next, for D2, second element of this column DI, it is xi minus A, that is 32.5 minus 47.5. It becomes minus 15. Next, 47.5 minus 47.5 becomes 0. Next, for this one, xi is 62.5, A is 47.5. 62.5 minus 47.5 becomes 15. Next one is 77.5 minus 47.5 becomes 30. Next one is 92.5 minus 47.5 becomes 45. Now we got the column for DI. Next we will find the column UI. UI can be calculated DI by H. H is the class size. Here H is class size. Here the class size is 50 for all the classes. So we will take H as 15. For all the classes, we will notice the class size is 15. So we can take the value of H as 15. So we will find here UI DI by H. DI is minus 30, H is 15. DI by H means minus 30 by 15 becomes minus 2. Similarly, for second one, it is minus 15 by 15 becomes minus 1. Next, 0 by 15 becomes 0. Next, 15 by 15 becomes 1. Di by h, that is 30 by 15 becomes 2. Next, 45 by 15 becomes 3. We got the column ui here. Next, we will find the column fi ui. Here, fi ui is the product of fi and the column ui. 2 into minus 2 becomes minus 4. For fi it is 3, for ui it is minus 1. 3 into minus 1 becomes minus 3. For third one, it is present 7 in fi column, it is present 0 in ui column. 7 into 0, that is 0. For third one, in fi column it is 6, fourth one it is 6, and ui it is 1. 6 into 1, that is 6. For fifth, fi that present 6, in ui it is 2. 6 into 2, that is 12. And last one, in fi column it is 6, in ui column it is 3. 6 into 3, it is 18. Here, mean of the observation xi can be calculated as a plus sum of fi ui by sum of fi. A plus sum of fi ui by sum of fi. We got the value a here. It is assumed as 47.5. We have to find the summation of the column fi ui, this column, and sum of fi, this column. We have to find sum of this column fi and sum of column fi ui. Here we will find sum of fi and sum of fi ui. That is sum of fi is 30 and sum of fi ui, it is minus 4 and minus 3 becomes minus 7. Then 6 plus 12, 18, 18 plus 18 is 36, 36 minus 7 is 29. Now we will put the value a sum of fi ui and sum of fi to find the mean. Value of a is 47.5 plus sum of fi ui is 29 and sum of fi is 30. After putting the values here, 47.5 plus 29 for sum of fi ui and sum of fi, that is 30. We will get 47.5 plus 29 by 30 becomes into n into 50. 15 to this one is 47.5 plus 14.5 becomes 60. Here, this one is the formula to find mean of the group data by using step derivation method. Since from all the elements it is divided this value h, that is class size. So when we want to find the mean, we have to multiply. Since it is subtracted from each of the observations, it assumed 47.5, so it is added 47.5 finding the mean. So after processing in this process, in this method, in this formula, we will get 60. That is the mean of the grouped data, which is taken in this example. This 62 is also obtained when we found the mean of same data by using direct method and by using this assumed mean method also. So if we apply any formula by following direct method or assumed mean method or step deviation method, we always get the same result. So the value of mean of a given data doesn't depend upon the method what we follow to find it. It is independent of the method. We can use any of the method to find the mean of the data. Thank you. We will discuss in next class.